All right, here we just got a real quick little one here. So, Z900RS. Weird starting issues, and I'm getting check engine lights because go to hit the start button and it tries like 20 times rapidly to start, won't turn over, and then finally it'll turn over. So, the start button, you got your two contacts. In between there is this spring. Okay. Now, the button side contact is not connected to anything. There's no wire, nothing like that. It's just a contact. So what happens here is both wires, I'm going to set this spring down. Both wires connect to the bottom half. One is connected to the contact in the middle there, which is going to make contact with your button side. The other is the ring you see around the edge there, right there. So that little circle, sorry, this is hard to do holding my phone and show it, but anyway, so you got the center contact. That's going to be your blue and white wire there, blue wire, white stripe. Your black wire here connects to the outer ring right there around that center contact. So what happens is this spring, it's fat on one side, skinny on the other. Skinny side goes on the button side contact, and the fat side rests around this black O-ring there, or black spacer, and makes contact with that outer ring. And so I ride in the rain quite often, and with mine, I mean, it's not terribly dirty or anything like that, but it's just very mildly corroded, and it is losing connection either with the contacts itself or with the spring. So I just took a little jumper and jumped it across, and it starts no problem. So it's definitely my problem. So I'm gonna take probably some 1000 grit or 500 grit. I'm gonna clean these contacts real gentle like, and then I'm gonna take some electronics cleaner, clean everything up real good, clean that spring up real good. I believe it's the spring itself. It may be the contacts, but the spring itself looks worse than the contacts. So I believe it's just losing contact between the spring and not making the connection. So if this button side was wired, then I believe it would still be working fine. But because it uses that spring to make the connection between the button side contact and the outer ring to make that circuit, then yeah, I think it's the spring. So anyway, yeah, if you got a problem, you're hitting your button, sometimes it don't want to start, especially if you were caught in the rain recently or washed your bike, got it kind of wet, then I would suggest just pull it apart. It's two little 3mm Allen wrench to hold the switch body on, and then 3 little Phillips head screws that hold it in. I mean, it's pretty basic. So anyway, that's that. I believe once I clean the spring up, really, that's all it would need. Everything else looks pretty clean. The contacts are a little rough, but I mean, if it was just the contacts, when I push hard, it would still work. And it's not. So I believe it's between the spring and the contacts. But anyway, that's what your switch looks like inside. If you're having problems getting her to start, take it apart, clean it out, put that spring back in nice and proper, and I believe you'll be good to go. All right, so that took about 15 minutes. I cleaned up the contacts with some 1000 grit very gently, and then some 1200 grit just to polish it up a little smoother. They look great. I cleaned the spring with just some electrical cleaner, and then I lubed everything up with some dielectric grease. Same with the kill switch. I just put some grease on the contacts. It looked great. It looked like brand new inside. So now, yeah, it's working as it should. Kicking right on. So yeah, before that just wasn't a thing. I mean, I could try 100 times. It wouldn't start like that. I'd have to hold it down, and it would do these really rapid succession, making contact and breaking contact, and then eventually I could get it to start. But yeah, now it's working great.